Hey guys, so welcome back to another video, and today we are going to take a look at the NFG MFG wheels. And yes, I'm too lazy to take the wheels off my board. Anyways, it's a pretty popular wheel brand that's pretty small, but it's still pretty popular around the area that I'm in. And I only heard a lot of good things about it. So I decided to get a pair myself and really see if it was worth the hype. So let's start off with what I ordered versus what I actually received. So the ones that I ordered were the 56 millimeter 103A or 52D V shape, and I also got them in the production seconds model, which is basically where it has a bunch of cosmetic defects and it doesn't look pretty, but it's supposed to perform the same as their normal wheels, and it's a pretty giant price drop. Instead of $40, it's $25. So, just because I want to try out these wheels that I haven't tried before, I decided to go with the production seconds, knowing full well that there is going to be cosmetic defects. Now, when I received these, I did measure them with a caliper, both in the diameter and the riding surface. So, these actually measured 54.5 millimeters on average instead of the 56 millimeters that I ordered. But the riding surface was accurate. Pretty much on spot. 1.5 millimeters isn't a big difference, but I did order 56 instead of 54. So, and I'm at this point in my skating where it's like, if it works, I'll skate it. I don't care that much about specifics, but I know there are some people out there that actually care about their board and measurements and all that, and need everything to be exact. So that's something to be aware of. You may be receiving wheels that are smaller than the ones you ordered. So if you buy 56, you might be getting 54. If you buy 58, you might be getting 56, so on. And I did report all of this back to MFG NFG in their email, and they said they are aware of this. And that's cool. And I get that it's expensive. It's not an easy process, but I really wish that they would put this on their website somewhere, because I just came off 54 millimeter wheels and I wanted 56. But it's not a big deal. It's only $25 instead of the 40, and I'll give them a shot. One thing to note is that the wheels did come with two giant grooves on one of the wheels, and it really just deformed the riding surface, and that's bigger than a cosmetic defect. So that's another thing to be aware of, that you may be getting something like that with the production seconds. Now onto the actual wheel performance. They perform really, really good. Like, it really does feel the same as a Spitfire Formula 4. Now, being such a hard durometer, you might think that it's only good for smooth surfaces like skate parks or whatever, and it sucks on rough concrete, and that's really, really not the case. So durometer's not really accurate, but that's a whole nother video topic. But I did these on both skate parks, smooth ground, and my rough concrete curb area, and they perform really, really nice, like rolling fast and all. Good slide. I didn't feel like I was losing any noticeable speed. I'll just let the skating show it itself, show the wheels in performance. So here you go. So I'm not a rail skater, and I know that dismount was messy, but hey, I skated that rail just for you guys to show how the wheels lock in. Now, speaking of the lock-in, it's actually a really interesting shape. So it's a straight cut-off shape, and you get that sharp lip to help you lock into stuff. But the middle of the wheel tapers inwards towards the axle, so it's kind of like a U shape, like that. And what I think this does is that you get that sharp lip to help lock into the grind. But since that wheel is tapering in towards the axle, that part of the wheel doesn't touch the coping. It doesn't make contact, so it doesn't slow you down when you're doing grinds and all that. And you'll see in my ledge clips and my rail clips that when I lock in, I'm not losing any speed. So some of those crook guys, crook guys or whatever, they might feel like the wheel shape might slow them down because it's not a rounded wheel. And I can say that's pretty false, You can see me, I'm not much of a ledge dude, but you can see me doing the slappy crick grind, and I don't slow down at all. I didn't feel like the wheel was getting in the way. It just felt really nice. What I think this wheel shape is, it really feels like a small, nimble wheel, but at the same time, it has the benefits of a large grinding surface wheel, like a conical full. So this was a problem that I had with some wheels, like a Spitfire tablets, where the side of the wheel was just straight cut, and when you locked in, you did kind of feel like you were slowing down a bit. And the grip and slide of the wheels are really, really nice. Basically, it slid when I wanted it to, it didn't slide when I didn't want it to, and I didn't feel like any flat spots or cracks or anything like that. And I mentioned before how one of the wheels had those two giant grooves in it. I didn't feel like that affected the performance whatsoever. Thing to note is that you shouldn't buy it for the graphic because the graphic doesn't last long, just like the Dogtown wheels that I have. Two of the wheels already have the graphics worn off completely, while the other two are still intact for some reason, and I don't know why. You shouldn't be buying wheels for the graphics anyways, just buy whatever works, because the graphic wears away eventually. But for these wheels, the graphic wears off super fast. So after skating these for a couple of weeks, I measured them again, and they haven't worn down like really at all. They did wear down a little bit on the outside edge of the wheel, but every wheel does this when you ride them. And I don't see any need for me to rotate them just yet. Maybe later on down the line, but for now they're still keeping their shape, they still have the same size, and that's a really, really good thing. I'm really struggling to really think of anything else to say about the wheel because I just think it's really, really good. It does what I need it to do, and it just works, And the only downside is that you might be getting a smaller wheel size than the one that you actually ordered. And for me, that's not a huge deal for me, but I know for some others that's a huge deal breaker. I would definitely consider checking NFG out if you want to try something different than the Spitfire or Bones or whatever, but still want a good quality wheel. And you just want to try out the different shape. The V shape, I think it's one of my favorites now. It's just really, really good. I think that's really all I have to say about the wheels. If you think I missed anything, just let me know in the comments and, just tell me what you think. Tell me what you notice, anything like that. Anyways, that has been yet another video review. There's more stuff coming out, and I just need to, record and all that. Anyways, hope you guys have a good one, and thanks for watching.